Welcome back to Prodigy Gym and Fitness. This is machine A3. This is the Leveradge DynaBody squat. Very, very super rare machine. You're not going to find this at very many gyms. I know there's not one here in Fort Collins. I believe the only other is Arm Boost down in Denver. But man, this machine is just simply amazing. It does so many different things. The first thing we're going to demonstrate is just your flat-footed squat. What I really like about this machine is this is such an awesome way to teach people how to squat. The reason is it's much safer than doing a barbell squat. So this is how I teach people how to squat, really get their minds connected before I put them underneath the barbell. So as far as functionality, this is your pin and how you release the weight. So he's actually going to reach out and push that pin out. Now the weight is free flowing. So you're going to want to refer to my squat video to really learn how to squat. I'm not going to go over super anatomics of squatting. Go to my squat video, we will cover it there. This is more the functionality of this particular machine. So go ahead and squat down. So again, this is another machine that you can squat very, very deep. Obviously you want to be very careful with that, but and go ahead and squat back up. Your shoulders are in between these two pads. You can hold the handles, you can hold your legs, whatever it is you're most comfortable. So that's going to be the regular squat. I actually start a little bit different. So I'm going to have him walk up a little bit forward. Half his foot is going to be on the up angle, half his foot is going to be on the down angle. What that actually do is it forces him to drive through his heels, which is going to, again, really target that quadricep. Obviously, the squat is going to hit your entire leg, glutes, hams, and quads. But when you squat this way, now the reason that I tell people to start here instead of the flat-footed squat, if you watch as he squats down, watch his knees. They stay behind his toe the entire time. What that means is about 95% of the pressure is right on his outer quad. There's very little pressure on his kneecap. Now, for old farts like me, I can load a bunch of weight on this and not worry about my already torn up knees. For brand new people, you don't want to tear up your knees. You don't want to hurt your lower back. Go ahead and keep squatting. This machine, when you're angled like that, it also really helps you focus on keeping that natural S curve in your spine and keeping you from rolling it out, which is the danger zone. The next thing on this is go ahead and walk all the way up. So what this is going to do is now it's really going to target your glutes and your hamstrings. Go ahead and squat deep. So where he's feeling that is mostly his glutes and his hamstrings. You're going to, of course, get a little bit of quadricep, but for people that are really trying to build up those glutes and hamstrings, this is an awesome way to do that. All right, so now we're going to move on to the lunge. I really love this machine for lunge. Unless you really know what you're doing with lunges, they can be so dangerous, mostly because as you walk forward, your knee is going to pass your toe. That puts a lot of pressure on your kneecap. So watch this. Again, as he does the basic lunge, look at his knee. It's way behind his toe. All that pressure is dropping right on his glute and his hamstring. Now, if you look on the back side, see how his toe, that back foot is simply for balance. There should be very little of your body weight on that. That's where people go wrong, is they're actually pushing themselves up with that. And they're like, well, geez, I don't feel it in my hamstring. That back foot is simply for balance. Drop all of your weight on that right glute and that right hamstring. So go ahead and do a couple with your toe planted. All right, so now we're going to move on to a super advanced lunge. So what's going to happen is he's going to drive his knee all the way up and then lunge down. And he's actually not, well, if you want to go super advanced, he's actually not even going to touch the rubber, but this is going to be your super advanced. Okay, so lastly, go ahead and rack that. The last thing this super awesome machine does is it becomes a calf press. And I know, guys, that this just seems very basic, and well, why don't I just do your I believe it's our Nebula stand-up calf, which I would encourage you to do that as well, but this is very different by angle. So you're gonna go ahead and stand up on this block, push up, he's gonna release the weight, and he's just gonna drop his heels all the way down. This is a fantastic way to build calves. Believe it or not, it is very different than our Magnum stand-up calf. I would encourage you to do both. Try this out. You're going to find a very different angle. So as always, make sure you come to me, interrupt me anytime for help, or any of my employees. We're happy to help you. See you next time.